Hi, Floss Tube. This is Donna, Wistful. And this is Floss Tube number 24, I think. But I'm more than halfway through with Stitch Mania, so I thought I'd share with you some of what I've been up to. So I'll try and be quick because it takes me ages to upload this. At least a half an hour, at least 2 to 3 hours for a half an hour. So it's just nuts. So I'll just jump right in. I'll start with about the 8th one that I did, which was Dorcas Haynes. This is a scarlet letter one, and it's from the Fitzwilliam. And I got this last year because it was just so beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. And she came from born in Bermondsey, Middlesex in 1710. And I've just started. So it's typical for me. I love doing the gridding. So that's just the start. So that's that one. And that was about number 8. I'm probably one ahead on what I need to do on, as far as the Stitch Mania. So I'll just carry on with what I did. The next one that I did is one by Needles Praise, and it's called His Name Shall Be, and it's a sample of faith. And these are very interesting. This one, I think, all of them and stuff, I had to redo the threads. So they asked for flower thread. Well, flower threads are very rare in New Zealand, so I just pretty much took a look at the pictures, and the picture is really neat, which I got out, and that's what it looks like. So I'll probably do it similar to that, but because I chose different colors, and I love Darlene Osteen's work, so it's just the start. So love it, love it, love it, love it. Love all of her work. It's just beautiful. So I'm just throwing things to the side. The next one that I started was Jennifer Gilbert, and I thought I got it out. I'll just go down and here it is. Sorry about the crackle. Not as prepared as what I thought I was. This is Hands Across the Sea. And I got several of these. I actually took these last year to England with me and didn't do a dang thing on them. Typical. So I made a start on this, and this is on 40 count. So I started gridding on the wrong side, so I had to go on the other side. And I started the typical. Get some of the threads out of the way. So the border on this is really nice. And I usually start in one corner and that sort of thing and go around. I'm not one of those that does the whole border first because it's just too boring. And life is not to be boring. Life is to be fun. So that one's neat. I like Nicola's chart, but as I'm going back and forth between projects, it gets a bit of a challenge. Sewing with Mama picture, I thought I had out, but I didn't. So I'm reaching over into my cubby hole at the corner. Yeah. These are odd. Oh, sorry about that. A lot of crackling for you guys. This was a chart that I have had forever and ever. I'm looking for the picture. It's, there it is. Sandy Lineman Cloud. Put out by Candamar Designs. and it's an old-fashioned sewing machine, which I can remember sewing on. So it's separating the floss was fun because it was just wads of floss. So that's just the start in the corner. So, but it's got a lot of funny stitching in it, so it's going to be quite fun. And that dropped on the floor. Yes, I don't know if you can see up here. It's got some overstitching on it. So that went on the floor there, so I'm throwing that on the floor there and put all the other pieces down there too. No, it's really fun after these, picking up the pieces. The next one that I did was Elizabeth Meadow. Now this is one that I picked up in London at the Museum of London. So I'm quite pleased with it. It was very pretty. And it's got enough alphabet there to even make Teresa Vanette, the kitten stitcher, happy. It's fun. She was baptized, lived and died in Ipswich. Oh no, that was the one who taught her. Elizabeth Meadow was the daughter of John and Bridget Meadow. She grew up at Witnesham Hall, northwest of Ipswich. So started there. It looks odd. Oh no. Okay, minor problem. I know what that's from. Minor detail here. That is Horseplay, which is one that I've got. So I've mixed up putting, I'll show you this one. This is Minor Chaos. This is Bothy Threads. I did this later, and I've just started at the hair here. I was wondering what was happening. So that's the hair of the horse. Horse hair. So that's a bit of a hoot. And I'll find that in a minute. I'll just pick the ones that I know what they are. This is another one that I started. Cowboy Cats. I was working on this yesterday, and I've had this for a while, and I thought it was neat. Love cats. And it's got a different type of thing, so it has half stitches. It's a wide one. So it's got the F and I for First National. And I always like this. And this is the start of the hat and the first cat. So when we were used to live in Denver, they had First National City, which had a kitty cat. This is Elizabeth Meadow. It was hidden. That's the start of it. This is the one in London. So it's got a different type of top. It's got little crosses at the top, and they were sort of odd ones. So it's got different stitches through it. And that was fun to start. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, God, don't. The other one that I started is The Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. I've got all these. So I made a start on these. And this was some Lagana that I had. So it's the start of the Lighthouse. So this is going to be fun. Some of them that have been shown on Floss Tube by some of the others they've been working on the mermaids, and it's got a beautiful ship in the center. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Everything's falling. Then I started on the gold, frankincense, and myrrh thing by Victoria Sampler. So this is the gold. I'm just going to show the charts, and then I'll show you what I did. This is the gold one, and here's the frankincense one. So I'll get it right side out so it looks good. That's the gold, and you can see the start. So this has been a real challenge, because getting the supplies, first of all, the chart's so terribly old that a lot of the stuff is no longer available, even probably in the States. And here in New Zealand, you just have to make do with what you can and adapt it as what you can do. And here's the frankincense. So it's got a lot of bling, and putting it together, like you can't get cryonic number 16 braid in a special color, so you have to make do with what you've got. So this is the etoile that's available with DMC now, and it's working out quite well. And of course the beads and stuff are fun, and I haven't done too much beading and stuff before, so this has been a real delight. And you can see that a lot of these have, I'll just get it focused quite well, have a lot of work in them, and they're really quite fun. Like I was going to start down here, down at the bottom, but it just seemed bizarre. So I'll wait till I get closer, and I'm certain it'll go. Then I had a Chinese lady that I worked on. This is one that I picked up in Singapore, and it's got, this is it. And it's been quite a challenge, as I don't know Chinese, so I've just started in the corner here. And this is pre-marked. Way back when I first, when you first started years ago, a lot of the stuff was pre-painted, and so that's been interesting. Part of me finds it relaxing, so you sort of have to change the headspace when you're doing it. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just having a look through and make sure I didn't have any others that I can see. It's been really fun doing a wide variety of things, although getting some of the stuff ready was quite a mission. I've got the Queen sampler that I'll be starting in the next, I think this week, so I got the fabric for that. So I do like challenges. It's been really fun, but like some of the stuff, it's been really interesting getting the floss and getting the various things. Like I ordered the directions for the Queen sampler. I got that from Traditional Stitches in Canada, and they were very good about getting that and the fabric for me, and some of the more difficult ones. And then I discovered that their only main directions for the sampler were in silk, and silk is very expensive here, so I am doing a bit of an adjustment with them. I'm going to do mine in DMC and just do it that way. So I'm thoroughly enjoying doing things. I will be starting, hopefully not, that's all the stuff for the Queen sampler, so I've got all those, and they should be fun. No, I can't find the other stuff right now, and I don't want to make it too crackly. I am enjoying doing the wide variety this year. This was about the time of year that I sort of felt like I was losing it. You know, there's just so many things, but I do about 2 hours on each new sampler and try and give it a good start, or the project each day. And then I've got certain days that I work on things. Like I'm going to be doing the A Savior's Praise. So I've got stuff on the floor right now, so I'm not going to try and step on it. And this is by Teresa Vanette. I'm just going to grab it. And I do this on Sunday. And it's really fun. And did this after the Christchurch earthquake. So this is quite fun. Sorry about the plastic, but I'm certain a lot of you have seen this before. So it is delightful to work on, but it's 40 count, and don't know what I'll do when I go traveling. I probably won't take this, as it would be, even though it is fun to work on, but you really have to get organized and sit down. But it's so much fun, because each little thing that I do, I start and I work on it I'll do 2 hours of this today, after I do my 2 hours of my new one today. So that'll be 4 hours of needlework. So occasionally I have to do other things. Still in School of Magical Stitches and needlework and slither in the house. And most of the time I do the homework, but sometimes I don't do the extra homework because life's just so busy. And that's been fun. What am I into besides needlework? Gardening, battening down the hatches, trying to grow things. It's the start of winter here, and so we're very fortunate that we can grow things like lettuces and some Swiss chard and a few hardy things over the winter months. Like today, the beans that I had died, so that's the last of them, but I've still got peas in. I'm hoping I get a few pea pods, but not probably any peas. And the lettuce is still coming up. So otherwise, and we're still getting strawberries at the letterbox, so that's fun. Nice thing to grow that, strawberries at the letterbox. That really confuses people. And that works out quite good. So I hope you're all good. I hope that stitching is fun for you. We all sort of lose the stitching bug periodically. Oh, and I got a neat book today from the library. It's called Threads of Life. And no use telling you if I don't show you who it's by. It's a history of the world through the eye of a needle. This is called Run and Grab What You Need. Threads of Life. It's by Claire Hunter. And I've just started it. It's really quite delightful. And she's talking about the Bayeux tapestry, and they go into various other things. So it should be a lot of fun. You know, live and breathe needlework here. I hope you have a good time stitching. Enjoy it. It is fun. It's still very relaxing, and I hope you find it really good. I'm still enjoying Kitten Stitcher and sort of dropped off watching some of the rest, but there's a few that I really watch and thoroughly enjoy. So you all take care and enjoy your needlework. Okay? Bye.